Welcome to the Top Gun Show. Today, I'd like to welcome Ryan Barbera, the CEO of Data Canopy. Ryan has served as the CEO of IntelliShift Technologies, and he was also the president of Unleashed Technologies. Ryan is a senior executive with nearly 2 decades of experience in his roles across information technology firms, where he specializes in the direction and business development and strategy. Ryan, welcome to the Top Gun Show.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Nice to have you on, man. So start with this. Who's Data Canopy and what services do you sell and to who?
I appreciate it. And I know we only have a few minutes. I could talk about this forever, of course. But Data Canopy at its core is an infrastructure as a service provider. We sell today almost exclusively through the channel. Our suite of products goes all the way from just simple co-location all the way up through that full infrastructure suite, managed workloads, and then the services and the management around that. I think you asked, whom do we sell to? And for us today, there are very few verticals we don't touch. I have clients who are landscapers, and I've got clients who are Fortune 500 financial services firms. At the end of the day, Steve, everybody has emails and documents, so we're happy to work with you.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great flyover, man. It makes sense. It's absolutely true. But you know what? There's quite a few competitors in the field of co-location, cloud infrastructure, and cloud migration. What's unique about Data Canopy, and why do you stand out?
I wish we could say we had this amazing technology that nobody else has, but it's not unique to Data Canopy or anyone really. Today, everybody's using VMware, Azure, AWS. They're in tier 3 facilities. And we have all of those too. So, when you talk about do we have it, of course. The real differentiator for us is about relationship. It's about technology agnosticism, and it's really about the service that we provide and the ability to help companies in whatever phase of their digital transformation they're in. Adding to what I just said, there are a lot of companies out there who have defined a box, and their goal is to sell that box to clients. I think that's backwards. I think it makes for really nice marketing slicks, but bad decision making. Our differentiator is Data Canopy is always focused on the client first, not on the box. It sounds really simple, but when you actually start to meet with companies, that is a pretty big difference between whom we are, the service we provide, and who they are.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk about solving problems. Most salespeople don't even find out what the problem is. They talk about their box and they try to sell that box. So I love your approach that you really get to know the customer and what problems they have, what their business objectives are, and what kind of outcomes they want. And then you tailor your service for that. Let's start with that, though. Let's start with what business problems are you seeing? What business problems are you solving for your customers?
I think it's a great question. And I think when we talk about as technologists, business problems, it's always what technology business problems do you have? And for me, I always looked at technology as a tool to solve business problems, not as the solution, right? And I know I'm kind of talking in circles here, but where we really help shine is helping companies to actually assess their real business needs. Technology should help you make money or save money, right? That's really what it's there for. And if it's not doing one of those two things, you're probably not buying it, no matter how cool it is. So I think where we really come in is being able to help assess those needs, talking at depth about what those goals are, who are you trying to reach, why are you trying to reach them, what is your target market, what are you using technology for? All of the discovery that you should really be doing to help companies solve those goals, and then helping them architect that custom infrastructure, but making sure it's still at a commodity price. Like, no good for me to design a solution that you can't use. So we really focus on getting best fit, least cost for our clients.
Love it. Love it. Love that philosophy. That's well said. Well said. Well, Ryan, I know you're a big fan of the Top Gun Show, and that I know there are millions and millions of people watching you right now. I'm going to ask you a little bit different question. What famous person, dead or alive, would you like to meet? And what question would you like to ask him or her?
Well, I appreciate that. And I thought a little bit about this in getting ready. And, I'm actually a bit obsessed with Abraham Lincoln. And I know that that's an obvious answer, but I have young kids. And over the last few years, I've spent a lot of time learning about history with them. And I live in the mid-Atlantic. We visited a lot of the Civil War battle sites in our area. Clearly, there's just so much history, so much rich history here. And Lincoln's become a bit of a hero to me. He was so unique as a person. He met that moment in history and in his life like few others have. And I would really love to know what he thinks of the United States today. You know, he wasn't able to complete that reunification project. That was left to other people. And, you know, did this country come out the way he envisioned it? What does he think about the landscape today? But, you know, Steve, I'm going to throw you a curveball. I really want to see you ask him those questions and you do the interview, because this is what you do for a living. And I think you'd be really good, especially since so many people watch it, getting that answer out and figuring out what he thinks about America today. Are you up for that challenge?
Oh, I would love it. I would love it. He doesn't have Twitter, so he can't do all that kind of stuff. But man, I think that would be an amazing thing to interview him and hear what he has to say about the State of the Union today. I've always tried to keep the show from being too political, and I definitely have firm opinions. But I try to, you know, keep the net wide for the audience, so I don't offend too many people. But that's a great answer, man. I love it. One of the best I've ever heard.
I appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you so much for having me on the show.
I appreciate it. And thanks for watching, everybody.